Hi guys, welcome to another edition of the Trading Titans podcast. Today I'm going to be talking about breaking barriers. Now today's quote: "We, not externals, are the masters of our judgments." Discourses. Now the idea behind this quote is pretty self-explanatory actually. I think a lot of the time we got to bring this philosophy to trading. I think it's really crucial. Because again, it is quite easy for us to kind of default very quickly to what someone else is thinking or what someone else is doing, and we got to realize that actually we have the ability in ourselves in order to make things work. It takes me back to something my wife once said to me. She says, "Listen, if you didn't have the ability to do something," now she's a painter, so she says, "Look, if you didn't have the ability to do something," she says, you just won't have the inclination to do it. So if you are listening to this podcast, or you're sitting here and you're thinking, is trading like the right thing for me, or can I actually do this? Would I be in the top 1% of successful traders? All these other things that you may have seen around, and if you're thinking these things, then just think to yourself, well, the mere fact that you're sitting here and you're having that thought and you're thinking about it shows that in some way you want to do it, you're passionate about it, you have the inclination. Now, there are a lot of people I know who just don't even have the inclination to trade. They just don't want to do it. No matter how much you talk about trading. And one of the things I always say to people is that trading is never dinner conversation for me. Most people, if it's down to it, they would have no idea what I do. Right? It's just so much better, because then you don't get the opinions of people who have no idea how it works. You don't get the rejection that some people may feel about it. You don't get any of that, and it's pretty cool, and that's the whole point. So if you're thinking about it and you're doing it, already know in your mind that you have the inclination to do it, and it's nothing to do with anything at all. You have the inclination to do it, so it's basically on this earth for you, and you can make it work. It's a lot of analogies I can draw on. I once said that there's a group of people who made money selling rope that they just picked up on a beach. There's Duck Dynasty who made money from selling duck whistles. So you can make money from practically anything, right? And we're not talking about getting super rich here or billionaire status. We're just talking about just simply enjoying some financial freedom. It's like freaking God-given right. You know what I mean? So anyway, the bottom line is that just remember, it's really important that you control whatever you put up on that platform. It doesn't matter what platform it is. Whatever you trade, you're the master of your own judgment, right? You make the call and keep getting used to making the call, and eventually it'll work out quite well. And it's really and truly, it's a big barrier, and I think it's a major barrier to a lot of people, is that it's the decision making, right? So break down the barrier, and make it work. So moving on to the podcast, so I think today you'll be looking at my dollar yen trade, and let's make haste. Okay, guys, so onto dollar yen. So this is a dollar yen trade. Again, just be mindful. I'm running a few other ideas at the moment, so I just wanted to reflect dollar yen anyway. So I'm expecting us to trade the gap. So this is a very simple gap trade. There's not a lot in it, but it's a very high probability trade. It's like about 90%. So we're going to monitor this through. And again, there is no risk management applied. Again, if you want to learn more about risk management, you should check out our transformation program. And we don't often talk about the transformation program, but I think if you're a trader and you're trying to get professional, you're trying to learn how to do this, you really want to make it work, then you got to start thinking. You really got to start thinking about getting some proper education behind it. Now, I know there are a lot of guys out there who love to DIY, and that's awesome. However, you got to get your, you got to get your gears together. And, there's nothing like having a trader sit one-on-one with you and kind of tell you why he's doing things and kind of really break it down for you. Right now, you're looking at inefficiency trades. Again, we set up the profile in a specific way. There's a timing element. There's a lot of stuff we can show you so we can make this work consistently for you. And of course, like a lot of us, there are people out there who can, you've got the capital, you can trade, you can do it. And it's relatively a confidence game. And as soon as you can build your confidence, you just think about it could change your life ultimately. And, trading has changed a lot of people's lives. It changed my life immensely, right? So I'm not even going to, I'm going to beat around the bush. It gave me a sense of freedom I couldn't really find in anything else. And, it is what it is, right? I guess we live in a world now where, everyone's a child in themselves. And, I think everyone deserves the right to be a child on their own terms. And I think that's what it's all about. It's not so much about being a millionaire tomorrow. It's more about just earning enough so that you could feel comfortable and call your own shots. And it's the kind of thing that you invest. You don't need a awesomely significant amount of investment. You just need enough so that you can invest and start building what could be a very interesting career in trading. And, whatever your views, or whatever you think about the markets, this could be a life-changing thing for you if it's what you desire to do. Again, if it's something you're hated doing, you don't like trading, and it's just one of those things, then, don't do it. Just don't do it. Find something else to do, right? But if you loved it and you wanted to do it all your life, and, this is the way to go. Right, so in any case, we'll keep monitoring this trade. Any questions, guys, just let me know. And ultimately, we shall see you guys on the next monitor. We'll just keep an eye on this. And also, one of the other things that I'm going to highlight here is that one of the things, if you're working with any kind of profile, you see a wide value area, don't expect this market to cut through it. Right? It's a really important factor. So we're trading a gap right now. Don't get over greedy and try and shoot for some other price, because it may not happen. So anyway, a word to the wise. Any questions, guys, feel free to let me know. Okay, guys, so this is the final part. Interesting thing is that the day hasn't quite even turned around yet. So our target has now been hit at 112.43. So dollar yen. So for guys who've been obviously following. Now, AUD JPY is still on the go, and I'm just going to flick to that now. Right, so it's still on the go. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get my gap, but for now, it's still on the go. So I'm pretty sure at this stage, it's looking pretty good. So once I get that, I should do fairly well. So yeah, we'll just see how this one develops, so to speak. So anyway, just to get the point across, I'm doing these exercises with gaps mainly because I want people to get the idea that this is a pretty good arbitrage trade. You can run it once you've set your profile up. You can run it whenever you want to, whenever you see one. It's all about timing. There are a few elements, of course, that at some point we get to go through and we get to discuss. But I think next week I might focus, because pretty much I think after this trade hits, I'm pretty much done for the week. So, and it's been a Monday, so it's actually a good week. So you should always have to be grateful for those kind of weeks. So what I'm going to do is just simply leave things the way they are, and next week I might start looking at other types of trades, and then we can weigh up obviously the probability of those particular trades working out or not working out. I think there's various different ways you can use the profile. Some are more long-term approaches, some more short-term approaches, and this for me is a really great short-term approach, especially when you need to make the money. Especially in it's a situation where you're a full-time trader. You might have income sources, run a business around trading. But if you're a full-time trader, you probably need to make the money. And if you need to make the money, you need to find a way to do it. So it's not about, having like these holistic type, guru type principles. It's not about that. It's just about, finding a way that you can break the camel's back. Anyway, guys, any questions, let me know. And have a great night.